It's hard for new parents to leave their baby and head back to work, but for some, it's necessary.
Here in New York State, employers are not required to pay workers during parental leave. News 4's Callan Gray shows us the movement to change that. Callan?
Don, Jackie, it's a tough decision for parents figuring out how much time to take off after welcoming a baby. Some companies are now making that easier by offering paid leave, but adoptive parents don't always get as much time off.
This is bonding, getting to stare in his little eyes, big eyes, all day long.
Tamara Principe looked into her son's eyes for the first time 8 months ago.
You're just in awe every single day, like, oh my God, he did that. Oh my God, he did that. Like, look.
Zach is a blessing for Tamara and her husband, Mark. They couldn't get pregnant and tried months of fertility treatments. They adopted Zach in February.
When he was less than 48 hours old, we brought him home, and it was the best day of our life.
And they want to cherish it. Tamara took 6 weeks of unpaid leave to bond with Zach. Mark's company offered him 2 weeks of paid family leave.
It'd be a lot better to have much more, but I'm thankful that I got 2 weeks because that's a new thing for my company.
Only 12% of private sector employees have access to paid family leave. That's according to the Department of Labor. New York State doesn't require it.
When you don't have the pay coming in for 6 to 8 weeks, that is a big hardship on a family.
There is new momentum behind paid family leave in the private sector, but adoptive mothers like Tamara still face shorter leave than birth mothers because they're not eligible for disability. The Hilton hotel chain now offers new parents 2 weeks paid time off. Birth mothers get an additional 8 weeks of maternity leave. It's the same with Microsoft. Adoptive mothers get 12 weeks of paid leave, while birth mothers get 20 weeks.
Do you feel like it should be even for birth parents and adoptive parents?
Yeah, because like I said, it's more than just the physical, it's more than just the mom, recuperating from giving birth. Bonding is so much more than that.
Chief Medical Officer at Women and Children's Hospital, Dr. Stephen Turkovich, says it's important for any parent, whether adoptive or birth, to be with their baby during the first months of life.
If you think about the brain development and the imprinting that occurs, it really occurs over the first 3 months.
He says during that time, babies need constant snuggling, bonding, and feeding.
Is it detrimental for parents who only have, say, 2 weeks?
I wouldn't say it was detrimental. I would never want anybody to feel guilty about the fact that they can't spend time with their child. And so what I would say is make the most of the time that you have with your child, make it meaningful.
Parents may get more paid time off from the job if a state Senate bill goes through. Right now, the state defers to the federal Family and Medical Leave Act, which gives parents 12 weeks of unpaid leave.
Paid family leave's time has come.
State Senator Mark Panapinto is a co-sponsor of a plan to give adoptive and birth parents in New York 12 weeks of paid time off at 2/3 of their regular pay. Lawmakers would change current workers' compensation law to create an insurance fund that business owners could use to pay their workers.
Mothers and fathers will be able to take 12 weeks of paid leave, tap into this insurance product that all employers in the state would be paying into, as well as employees, and take that time off to care for a newborn.
Panapinto says creating an insurance fund takes the burden off employers' shoulders, and it would make New York a leader. There are only 3 other states that provide paid family leave. Parents Mark and Tamara Principe say it's a move in the right direction.
It's just those little moments when you're watching him sleep or cuddling with him. I mean, you can't get those memories back.
Now, we could see paid leave pretty soon. The bill would go into effect immediately if the legislature decides to pass it when the session starts in January.
I know in England, new moms get 6 months of paid leave. I'm surprised this hasn't been passed before now.
Well, that's something I talked with the senator about, and he said, most industrialized nations have paid leave for families. He says this has come up multiple years, multiple versions since 2008, but the Democrats and the Republicans haven't been able to agree, basically. There's also another option that would give parents 6 weeks of paid leave, so it'll be interesting to see which one passes, if either.
Yeah, keep an eye on it for us. It'll make a big difference for a lot of families.
Definitely.
Thank you, Callan.